Stop it.
How are we doing? All right, who's going to take the red pill? Daily Taylor, AR Guy, John Cashola, Logan, Chris, DeYoung, Teresa, good morning, sweetheart. Phoenix, Matthew, John, Lofty, James, not that Steve-O, 94 Eichmann, what's poppin'? Nania, Romeo, Kenny, you. I said Kenny, you, Kenny. All right, Chanley, Gerardo, Angel, Connor, Jason, what is going on? Jasmine, good morning. Samuel, good morning, good morning. What's up, what's up? All right, guys. Now you guys are here for something amazing. We're going to get to that later in the stream. So make sure you don't tune out. I'm going to hold you hostage. Great Babe, what's going on? Panda, what's up? Daniel, Scar My World, what's up? Wow, we have everybody here today. Good morning. Daily Taylor says I do look like a wizard. Not really. I'll try working on a gray beard. Salazar, good morning. EMC, good morning. Ryan Marshall, I need the coffee. Yes, Rick, good morning. Papa Shack, yo, yo. Okay. Let's see. Daily Taylor, good morning. Lofty, what's up? Never tune out. Laid up on the couch with a torn meniscus. Wow, man, how'd that happen? Nope. It's either a game of Twister or you were telling her, sweetheart, look what I can do. All right, Mono, you're the man I'm looking for. Yesterday, Mono decided to try me. He called, we had early morning gains, and I'm like, yeah, I'm up 3.5%. I think I'm done. He comes out of nowhere and says, hey, Gabe, those are rookie numbers. I took that personally and finished today a little over 17% on the port. A lot of money made. Come on, show me the secret sauce. Been up all night waiting to hear what do you have to say. Granddad's cash. You got to wait, man. Yeah, Moto. Moto. Yeah. You know, it's interesting, right? I got out at about 103. I got out at 103 yesterday, and then the market just tanked. And I'm like, sweet baby Jesus, thank you for teaching me how to read charts. Malaki, Gabriel, God loves you. Oh, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm going to drive the man downstairs fucking crazy. They are, guy. In time. Guys, look at, again, I do nothing special. And what I'm going to show you guys a little later in the stream, I used Diana and Hot Potato as my guinea pigs late last night. We never stop working for you. That sounds like Verizon, right? J-Time, good morning. Okay, let's get right into it because you guys are here to make money. Let's do it. Okay, so we have the SPY here, and the SPY has a traffic light to the downside. You do have a level. You have two levels here. Okay, now, excuse me while I cough up the hair that I happen to... Never. 1 second. Okay, she's gone. All right, so back to the chart here. Now, we do have a level here. We broke through that level, and we have the 200. So we're looking at the 200. Now, there was a couple of ways you could have designed this trade, right? And in designing this trade, we have traffic light, the put, the level. Now, we were prepared for this trade on the, we're on the 1 minute. So for those who want to scalp on the 1 minute, I prefer to live on the 5. Sorry, I was on the 1 minute as I was breaking it down to Hot Potato yesterday, but we are here on the 5. And we've broken the 24. We have the 48 here, and we have the 200 EMA. Now, this is going to be very easy for me to draw out the design. And I'm going to do something here. Actually, no, we're going to wait for this. I really wanted to boggle your minds here, right? This is actually a perfect example, but we are going to wait. Now, in this here, I want to create a trade design. Should price action break below the 200, I'll trade it to the level there. And I'm going to use the 24 as my risk. Now, this becomes a 2-to-1 risk reward. Your stop is 46 cents. Your target is 92 cents. And this here is the trade design that is currently following momentum. You have RSI that is below its moving average. I want to highlight this here, right? Step 1 is RSI below its moving average. Nice and clear. Step 2, did RSI break below 50? It has happened, but it's bouncing. This now tells me to be patient. However, it also allows me the opportunity to create a trade design the other direction. What this means is I'm going to create a design that is essentially going to break pre-market highs or day highs here, and it happens to sit right here at a level. Now, excuse me, this trade design is a 1.89 risk to reward. Should you break the level, you're now in here, okay? So quickly, by virtue of having the design, guys, what you're essentially doing is staying out of this. We don't want this. We want high probability setups, and the high probability setups happen at break of levels and, of course, confluence. We do not have confluence. We're going to highlight that here. We don't have confluence to the downside any longer. We have the green cloud telling us we have confluence to the upside. Now, the reason why we have the trade designs is so that you do not willy-nilly into a trade and end up getting chopped out like this. You're not fast enough. Just accept it. I'm not fast enough. I have to accept it. Arthritis. Okay, so once we break this design, we're here. And that's, well, let me undo that there. All right. Once we break this design, we're now here. Okay. And what we're doing is we're looking at the indicators. Once again, we could go ahead and see that here with the RSI, I'm going to delete this here. RSI has broken above its moving average. It is signaling green and is in an upward trend. The one thing that I'm concerned about here is that it is potentially overbought in this zone, okay? So why is this information to have? Well, this is information to have because knowing that it is overbought as it is approaching this level, it pretty much just screams a yellow traffic light. Right there, yellow traffic light. Caution. That's what that is, right? Caution. And when we go to the charts here, every single time you see a traffic light, that is essentially a caution to a change of momentum, okay? So now that we have caution, we have to yield to this RSI here because it's overextended. We know that the setup in this zone is not ideal, okay? All right, cool. Now, to understand what's happening here in the 5-minute, we have to go on over to the 1-minute. And the 1-minute is showing us, and I'm going to go ahead and delete all the drawings here because it's looking funky on the 1-minute. The 1-minute here is showing us that we're stalling. We're stalling right here at this level. It's stalling. MACD is saying bullish. RSI is saying bullish. The I gap is saying bullish. We do have a level right there on the I gap right there. Okay. So is this a high probability setup? Well, you can risk it for the biscuit. Keep your risk super tight, right? We go back to the 5-minute. Let's draw the trade design once again, okay? In doing so, you have planned out your trade, and you know exactly where your risk is. And you can keep your risk super tight should the trade work against you. And that's really all that there is to it with trading. When you begin to chase price action without excuse me, without a point of origin. This is the most important component to trading. You want to trade and find the point of origin, find the point of which momentum has shifted, right? Those are typically going to be your highest probability setups, right? But having awareness of the chart with your levels, having awareness of where your risk is also going to force you to be disciplined. There's no reason with this setup that you are going to hold a position should it go against you beyond this red zone, okay? Now, for those who have not mastered plotting levels, where do I like to plot my levels? I like to plot my levels along EMAs, and I like to plot my levels along pre-market lows, pre-market highs, and of course, the levels that are printed for you on the chart automatically. This is going to give me a buffer. It is also going to give me control of my trade plan. This is very, very important. Beginner retail traders lose control of their trade plan because the minute they see something running, they're like, oh my God, it's making money. I'm going to go. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to ride this wave. And then by the time you enter, well, the wave is over. And you got to think about it. Other market participants don't care about your dreams, your goals, and your P&L. Other market participants who were actually in at the origin of the move, which is what caused that first shift and then FOMO kicked in. You know what they're concerned about? Profit. So by the time you react to it, you're probably too late, okay? So what we do with these EMAs and what we do with the traffic lights and what we do with the call and the put signals is to alert you to the origin of the move. Now this here, this really wasn't luck. I want to show you guys something here. This really wasn't luck. It was within this candle here. I closed my position at 103. This is 1 o'clock. This is a 5-minute candle. I closed at the first indication of stalling. Okay? You guys saw the timestamp on my portfolio gains. This is where I exited. Okay? This is where I exited. Now, to answer a question, 94, all levels take priority. The only level that needs to be treated like the Bible is the 200 EMA. That is the only level that needs to be treated like the Bible, okay? So, you guys, if you go into the Discord, you'll wonder, like, wow, Gabe showed his gains at 103. Like, okay, 105 hits, death. Just pure death. And the thing is once again, I was able to read the chart. Look what was signaled to me. This is the anatomy of a change in momentum. I had a break of confluence, as you could see. We got a gray candle instead of a green candle. We had that break of confluence. We had MACD show first sign of weakness, RSI breaking its moving average, and thigh gap breaking below neutral. Oh, I want you guys to take notes here because what I'm about to do later is going to wreck you. Absolutely wreck you. And, okay, for those who are wondering why am I such a good trader, it's, I trade stupid. I trade like I know nothing. I trade like these are the rules and these rules I have to follow. It is the only way a printing press works. It is the only way, I guess, autonomous driving works. You know, there is just a set of rules to keep the driver safe. When we trade, we have a set of rules to keep us safe and our portfolio safe. The minute you compromise the rules with emotions is the minute you are going to get fucked. And we could go back to the chart here. Had I not respected the rules, I had all indications, levels, non-confluence, MACD, RSI, thigh gap. I had all this information. Now, I was up 17%. If my emotions were like, Gabe, squeeze 20 out of it, I would have gotten wrecked. Right? Okay? That's right there. Now, Vapor Rep said, he also said, when you see a gray candle, wait for price action proximity to the 1348 or the 13 EMA. You can, right? These are things to look for. But you also see here, we moved the candle over. We had an EMA sandwich here, boys and girls. Who remembers that? Who remembers the EMA sandwich? Let me get a hands up there. Come on, let's go. Bring it. Where's my hands? The EMA sandwich is one of the first things that we taught in this community to understand that when EMAs are braiding, that means all the averages on the 48, the 13, the 24 have converged. When they converge, that's putting you in a position of indecision. When all the EMAs are converging, where their averages are very much the same, that's telling you that momentum is thinning and thinning and thinning, and it's getting to a point where, okay, which way are we going? Which way are we going? I don't want to be on the wrong side of that binary move because it could either go up or down. At that point, I am gambling and I'm risking it for the biscuit. I respect my money. I respect my portfolio. Okay? You want separation. You want thigh gap. Ta-da! And the thigh gap indicator, THY, the high yield indicator, and the reason why we call it high yield indicator is because the further it separates from neutral, the higher the yield of your returns. Okay? So, going back to it, we want to see separation of the EMAs. We did not. We saw convergence of the EMAs. That is a critical point, okay? That's where you don't want to trade. You absolutely don't want to trade, okay? Now, SPY approaching an hourly level that has been respected. Interesting if we reject from here. Could we get a cascade move lower? Ant-Man, I don't really care. All right? Let's keep on with the lesson here. So we go back to this here, and what do we see? We see how the SPY broke through, and then it is now in this trade design. Now, we had a trade design to the bottom, but we knew better. We knew better than to take that trade design to the bottom. Why? Because it did not validate itself. And we gave it a buffer. We gave it a buffer. And it did not validate itself. It did not come into this region. So now as we're looking at it, we have to pay attention to the one here. Now, what's really happening on the one? Well, we could see things are pretty overextended on the one. You could see how price action is very, very far away from the 13. Okay? You got the MACD just gone wild here. You have RSI get a little bit overbought. You could see it just gets rejected from here. It's coming into its moving average, okay? And ideally, if you are in a trade like this that is profitable, okay, you are looking at not making the most money from your trade. You're looking at protecting your profits from the trade. Now, Platinum just did 16% on his port this morning, and he's done. Okay? Slother, Snow made a move. Cool. That is a Diana ticker. She loves her some Snow. Now, going back to it, the 1 minute is, and this is something that I was going over with Hot Potato. When you're looking at the 1 minute and you're wondering, okay, well, I didn't secure it here. I had my first warning here. I should have secured it. Okay? Should have secured it. Where are my limits in this trade? Well, your limits are maybe the 13, that's basically probably going to bring it back to break even, or the 24. But what we see with the 24 is that currently the 24 resides in the red zone. So would you use the 24 as your stop here? No. You would use the gray candles here as your stop. Now, the argument that we get all the time, well, what if I exit my trade? And we hear this from the AMC apes all the time. Well, if I sell and then it runs on me, I missed the run. So annoying. Okay. If you've been holding AMC long enough, I mean, at some point, I would expect you to have a margin account by that time, right? But anyways, what you see here clearly is the bounce off the 13. So you essentially have to decide your target and take your money. It's always about taking your money and keeping your port green, okay? And you can always re-enter. Now, we talked about this. One play worth 10% is not worth more than one trade broken down to two at 5% apiece. I want you guys to do the math on that. Please do the math on that. You can take a trade, break it in two. 5 and 5 compounded is worth more than 10% once. So focus on moving the bag. In this example, you got your break of confluence here. You could say, I'm out. Then you have reintroduction of confluence here. You could say, I'll scalp it really quickly. That's your choice. That's your option, right? But still keep in mind what the indicators are telling you. RSI is coming into its moving average right here. This is something I want to pay attention to. It's flickering on its moving average. The I gap, as of right now, is showing weakness right here. Man, that's small. That's what she said. Let's go ahead and delete that. Let's draw the circle out. Okay. You're seeing that weakness right there. Then you could see that there's weakness right here. And you could also see that the slope of the MACD is no longer developing. In fact, the slope is coming on down. Now, the histogram here on the MACD is literally a visual of the separation between the MACD and signal lines. Okay? All right. One, I'm on the 1 minute. Two, it could be your settings here. Let's see. I use long-term instead of short-term on the thigh gap trend. If that could actually influence the candle colors. I personally like the long-term. Okay. So here we go. Now, what did we talk about? We talked about the 24. Now, the 24 is still very, very close to this red zone here. I'm not going to risk this. I don't want it. I don't want any of this because, again, it becomes binary. Is it going to bounce or is it going to break? If it breaks, I'm losing money. If it bounces, whew, but trading shouldn't be about, I dodged one. That's not what trading should be about. Trading should be about you trading with discipline and within your plan. And you see, some of you who stood in this trade got lucky right here. You got that bounce. But luck for how long? You're flirting. You're on the edge here. You should have been out somewhere here. You should have. Okay? So, this is the SPY currently. Again, some are breathing a sigh of relief. It didn't break down. But why create that much tension for yourself? There's a reason why we create these indicators to help you visualize really what's happening. Right? Good. Let's see. Now we go back to the 5 minute. And the 5-minute is telling us something different, right? The 5-minute is telling us like, hey, you're still in the trend, be patient. I don't have a problem with that. However, this is the problem I do have with this. We knew that RSI on the 5-minute was overextended and it needed to breathe a little. And what's happening now is it's getting ready to encroach on the 5-minute. So therefore, although we entered that trade design has not proved itself profitable unless we get a continuation of the MACD and it remains elevated and we see a little more momentum on thigh gap traveling up along with RSI pivoting back up. That's not happening. We got our first break of confluence. We have a disagreement, you can see here, right? It's just flickering around. I don't like to leave my money to chance. I don't. Now, the thing with trading is that you're not going to win them all. The win rate with Invictus, well, I mean, 80% usually, right? Let's go ahead and see what Invictus is doing right now. Invictus is batting 100% with its alerts. That's what Invictus is doing. So, for newcomers who have an understanding of the strategy at a very basic level, use Invictus as a trade assistant, okay? But then follow the rules of levels, indicators, confluence. And again, Invictus is doing all the legwork for you. It's batting 100. We could go back to Invictus and we could see previous day's performance, 79%. You're winning 7.9 out of 10 trades. Previous to that, 80%. Previous to that, 86%. Previous to that, 73%. You're trading better than some of the best traders in the world with that type of win percentage. Okay? That's just it. Now, Vin Cool says, hey, Gabe, been using the longer time frame levels to factor in how long I'll stay in or out of a trade. Even if I'm playing a shorter time frame, like if the 15-minute is approaching an EMA, is it valid? Okay, well, I'm going to say this. Vin, what time frame do you live on, right? Time frame whoring is not a thing you should do. But Vin, let's focus this on you because maybe it'll help other people who are watching the stream. So Vin, what time frame do you live on? Vin, we're waiting on you. Looking for your reply. Anyways, we're looking for the best setups because you guys aren't in control of the market. You can't call Gary Gensler and be like, fix this shit. I lost money. Help. You can't do that. You can't call Powell. You can't blame it on market manipulation. You can't blame it on none of those things, right? Because the chart is showing everybody who participates in the market the same freaking thing. If the manipulation was just that blatant, then you wouldn't have market participants who are winning or market participants who are losing. Now, the market participants who are winning, they will eventually become losers. And those who are losers will eventually become winners, right? This is just a binary aspect of trading. Your job is to win more than your fellow man. Okay? That is your job. Yasmin, we can blame it on Nancy Pelosi. Oh, man. If I had her information, what? Would I be here? Nope. I would not. Maybe I would. Maybe I would. Maybe I would. Let's see. So, Jesus, how do you go ahead and ask a question? How do you go ahead and ask a question and then not follow up with me after I just addressed you? Vin, cool? What's up, man? It's a zero-sum game, absolutely, right? So The thing is like, why should I be your friend? When, if we're on the same trade, even though it's anonymous, market's anonymous, even though it's just, we're in the same trade, in order for me to make money, I have to take yours. Let's see. This is fun. Why not? Motocabroni is bunch of crooks, all of them. Hey, look it. When you have a competitive advantage, you use it. Listen, guys, every single one of you. There was a moment in time in your life where you had a competitive advantage, whether it was at work or, at the bar with the ladies, right? There's some dudes who are just completely disadvantaged. They're like ugly fucks like Arvin and myself. We don't have any really, well, my competitive advantage might be money, right? I'm going to use it. Now, people might call that shallow, but that's what I'm bringing to the table. I'm not fucking Rico Suave, right? But the point is every single one of you at some point of your life have used a competitive advantage, okay? When you are trading here, you're using this as your competitive advantage, okay? This is your competitive advantage. Use it, right? And I mess with Arvin all the time. And that's literally me getting back at Arvin for just memeing me for over a year and a half, right? Arvin, hey, I had to get you at some point. Okay, so let's look at some more trading opportunities. As you guys can see, trading is slow. It's a slow move. Even for market open, this is just slow, right? Let's see. To know Jones. That's why I need to get Gabe money so I can buy my wife a girlfriend so I can trade in peace. All right. Buy my wife a girlfriend. Wait. Swingers, are we? Cool. Okay. Gabe, I know we don't predict, but I just wanted to know if you're bearish or bullish overall at the levels we're at. I don't predict. That answers your question. I'm reactive. I'm reactive to the market. I really don't. Okay, the best way to describe the way I trade is like when you were a toddler and your mother had you in tow and you just mindlessly just followed her wherever she went while she was doing groceries. I mean, the whiplash that we had to endure as children because our mother was just like, get over here. You're like, oh, what? Okay. Explains my loose neck anyways. Let's see. James, I'll put a wig on, bro. Yeah, it's been slow like this a lot, right? Again, it's Friday. Okay, that's one. Number two, market participants yesterday just literally... I mean, this was a freak out. This was an absolute freak out here. After you lost your ass here, you think you're going to want to come back on Friday and be like, I'm going to dust myself off and try again? Probably not. People are still licking their wounds right now and just extra cautious. But we could see a very volatile market today. Okay. So we had SPY play out in his trade design. Let's go ahead and look at other tickers. Okay. So with trade 1348, we like to count on Invictus. Let's fast forward to today, right? We like to look at Invictus. For instance, we have KO at 9:55. Now we're a little late to this party here, but we could still take a look at what happened with KO, which happens to be a community fave as of lately. So KO, you had a predictive cross here. It hit a level, lost momentum. Now let's see. You were alerted down. Okay, that did not pan out too well. The thing is that Invictus is trying to do the work, but it's also your job to do the discovery and your DD, right? So you did have an alert down. You had a traffic light down here. It brought you down to essentially a level. And then you had your bounce, right? But here's the thing. It was all given to you right here. And then RSI decided to do a U-turn because it forgot milk. RSI's like, wait, I forgot the milk. Oh no, she's going to kill me. Turns right around, breaks his moving average, just eats that red light, comes on in. Now we got a traffic light to the upside. We're breaking the 200. And now she's rocking and rolling, right? Let's see. Yesterday was a double your port kind of day. It was. It certainly was. Okay, so that's Coca-Cola. But let's go ahead and also look at community favorites such as NVIDIA.
Nvidia.
There you go. That soundbite made courtesy by Diana. And what we have here is very much the same thing. Now, check this out. Someone mentioned earlier in the stream, what levels hold priority over others? And I said the 200. You can see here, wick, boom. Oh no, someone please do not turn that into a mashup. But wick, boom. That's what happened. It literally bounced off the 200. You could see it shifted momentum, right? Again, it forgot the milk. But, I want to show you guys something. Okay? I want to show you guys something. In the midst of all this, where was your thigh gap? Was it below neutral or did it maintain above neutral? Was it below or did it maintain above? I know Arvin's going to come back with a vengeance right now. He's like, oh, hold my beer, Gabe. But you see what happened here? As you're looking at this and you're like, okay, we got some noise here, but what is thigh gap doing? It's staying above neutral. And it's staying above neutral and price action staying above the 200. Right? So you know that, hey, this might be a setup. And of course, you got your boom. It's running here. Scar my world, absolutely. That's it. Click, boom. So now we have a level here. And we definitely have to respect it. And what we have here is an MACD cross. We have thigh gap above neutral. We have RSI above 50 and above its moving average. And we're like, she is in a bullish trend. And it looks like she's gonna keep going. Now we could go ahead and go to the 1 minute now and understand what's happening here. This is really, really important to understand what's happening here. Okay. Now, why do I want to understand what's happening here? Well, a couple of reasons. We're gonna zoom out here and see where we're at relative to a level. And we're right here. This is the 1 minute here. Where are we relative to that level? Now, why did I look for a level here? The reason why I look for a level here is because I saw 1, 2, 3, 4 data points touching right there, which told me this was resistance. It is now viewed as support. But I'm terrified at this moment because we're so far away from the 13. The thigh gap on the 1 minute is so far extended. RSI is once again elevated but pivoting down, and you have the moving average. So what is this telling everybody? It's telling you if you got in on the traffic light here, right? That traffic light signaled caution, shift in momentum. You took the traffic light, you let the indicators lead the way. You're now profitable. How much more money do you need to feel victorious? How much more money do you need to feel victorious? This is a very valid question. You see, because a lot of you, I understand, are probably using the strategy to trade for income, but your portfolio isn't truly big enough for income. Okay? Now, I trade between $250,000 to $500,000 a month. So my 1% could be $5,000. It could be, for me, 1%, even 0.5%. Now that's income. But when you are trading with a $1,000 portfolio, even a $10,000 portfolio, what you need to be doing is trading for growth and wealth so that 1% can be meaningful later on in your career as a trader. But there's more to it. As you're growing and as you're building experience and as your portfolio is getting larger, you're developing all the good habits to help you keep it. And you don't do stupid shit like blow up your account, kind of like Matt Kors. All right, back to the chart here. Let's see. Victory for me is 7 to 10% of the contract price. I was right in the trade and took risk off the table. There you go. Took risk off the table. Good stuff. Okay. But what a lot of you don't know is that even with a $1,000 portfolio, right? Even with a $1,000 portfolio, 0.5% compounded daily will make you a millionaire in 6 years. And so this was probably the theme of my conversation with Hot Potato yesterday. We were looking at the trade, and I was like, well, were you up here? He was like, yeah. Okay, cool. Was your portfolio up 0.5%? Yeah. Okay, cool. See you in 6 years. I want you guys to really, really understand that 6 years invested in putting into work in this community and on these charts, right? It's going to pay dividends over 6 years. You will become a millionaire. You guys want to see the proof? Let's go ahead and do it. Right. So let's go ahead and go on to the compound calculator. And I think that what's happening is that a lot of you guys are getting so caught up on these posts on social media with these fucking kids who still live with their mom and they're celebrating 80% port gains. But see, here's the thing. If you develop the habit of 80% port gains each and every day, I don't call you a trader. I call you a fucking gambler. Now, we take $1,000 and we go ahead and we go 0.5. Your road to $1 million is 1,386 trading days. Now, there's 252 in a year, so this is going to take you about 6 years. A lot better than what your 401k is doing. A lot better than what you're doing now. And I want to see hands and thumbs. If, on a daily basis, you see your portfolio up more than 0.5%. 0.5% is a fucking gimme. Especially with this strategy. Let's be honest. Let's see hands and thumbs. Let's do it. And let's see. Platinum, yes. Yep. Andy, yep. Kenny, you, average for the week is well above 0.5. There you go. Oh, we got a lot of hands here. Oh, boy. I'm going to set you guys up for, some mind fuckery. I can't wait because it's all going to tie in together. Okay? Yes, we got the thumbs. We got Eric S. JMac, not yet this week. 2, 3, 9, and 2.4 so far today. You're way ahead of the game here. Okay? Rick, Ant-Man, everybody showing their hands and showing their thumbs, right? And I would assume that a lot of you have at least $1,000 in your port, right? Maybe less, maybe because you're like, all right, I got to learn the strategy and then I'll invest in myself, and that's absolutely fine. But even if you started with $1,000 and your goal was 0.5%, you will be a millionaire in 6 years. Right? Now, mathematics, facts, objectiveness is what rules the stock market. Being subjective is what ruins retail. Okay. Let's go into this, right? Being subjective ruins retail. I'm going to call out the bullshit con artist, BAM investor. I'm going to call out TMI. I'm going to call out all the personalities who decided to jump in on the whole AMC boom boom. And then what do we have? We had people chasing at $5, $6, $7, $8, only to see that money get halved again, as if Adam Aaron didn't have your money the first time already. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay? That is what happens when you become subjective with the market and you chase emotions and you listen to nitwits who don't know what the fuck they're doing. Just facts. You trade with a plan and be objective, and you make that money. Now, Steven says he's up 10% today, taking quick profits and getting out. No longer hold out for what might come. Exactly. You don't. No. Just take your money, move the ball. Okay? So, moving along. What we see here objectively is it's respecting a level. Objectively. Subjectively, someone's going to scream, to the moon! And if you believe in that, you're fucked. You're not taking your money or your portfolio responsibly. This here is your indication to, yeah, we're in a binary area. Time for me to get out. Okay? Jazz, 1% a day is good. We could go back to compounding here, right? Now, Moto, I know you said that 3% is chump change, but if you managed 1% compounded, you become a millionaire. Well, right there. 695 in 3 years. Make that 2%. 349. Okay. 17%. 44. Yeah, this is wild. Hey. Dude, that's wild. But 2% averaged out, very doable. I see opportunities and I take them. Absolutely. Moto. Because I trade objectively. The chart is showing me an objective opportunity, and I take it. And if I'm wrong, I lose quick. I don't hold. I accept that I'm wrong. Right? Because I'd rather be wrong and lose 5% than be wrong and lose 10%. Because then once you allow 10%, then you're going to allow 15%. Then you're going to allow 20%. And then you start hoping that you don't end up looking stupid at the end of the day. Well, that's what happened to all those players who played SPY yesterday and didn't get out and they were holding and they got burnt. Yeah. Well, okay, so this is objective. This is not speculation. This is real. If you can get your performance to 0.5%, you're a millionaire in 6 years. If you had $10,000, you're a millionaire in 4. If you have $25,000, you're a millionaire in about 3. It's really not that hard. Not that hard. This is objective. Math is real. The charts are real. The strategy is real. Let's go ahead and see. Eric Mob, thank you so much. And I'm glad that you're a Masters member. Now, let's go to the 1 minute here and see what's happening on the 1 minute. Oh, it's circled and highlighted for you guys. This is beautiful. Now, in the 1 minute, you see that stalling. You have not broken the 24 just yet. However, you do have the MACD showing weakness. You have RSI saying, hey, if I break that 50, things are going to be no bueno. Okay? Things are going to be no bueno. You break the 24, things are going to be no bueno. You could see the accelerant here, where it looks like the MACD is going to cross that signal line there. You could see that loss of momentum here. Now, if you were in on the trade and you were using that 5 minute and you saw this consolidation, this is why you go to the 1 minute. And the 1 minute told you, hey, we're consolidating, we're losing confluence, we now have bearish confluence, we have the 24 right here. This is your final stop before you begin forfeiting everything. Now, once again, the novice trader will go ahead and pose the question, but Gabe, what if it bounces and I left so much money out on the table? Well, you dumb fuck, let's do it this way. We're going to go ahead and say, and give ourselves the condition that if we, one second, guys, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I'm like, where's that coming from? Where is that coming from? I'm like, is that an ad? Is that... Let's see. Let's see. Oh my. Let's see. Under the desk? No. I think that was an ad. I'm like, what the hell? So anyways. Moving along. Let's go. We go back to the chart and you saw exactly this. Hilarious. But do you see what just happened here? We were literally talking about it, were we not? Were we not talking about it? Broke 50. Okay. So, let's go ahead and do this. Multitasking a young one? Yikes. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get back here. I want to do something here. Now. This is the fun part. And then we're going to conclude the stream. This is the fun part. Okay. You were given enough information here to say, don't be a dumb fuck and don't be greedy. Now I'm 42. I'm going on 43, but I'm 42. Well, I'll be 42, October 1st. Whoa. Okay, so it's coming right down to the 200. Cool. We circle these areas. Now let's do something here. Whoa, Kenny, October 1st? Dude, dope, man. 79. I'm 81. All right, Kenny. We got the same birthday. Yeah, that's fucking cool, man. All right, brother, fellow Libra in the house. God, I hate AMC. Stuck in it for 3 years. You should. You should really hate it. But you know what you should hate more than AMC? You should hate yourself for not empowering yourself with a proper education and taking your life, like taking it seriously. This is your money. This is your life. This is your thought. Nobody gives a fuck about you. That's the thing. In this world, nobody gives a fuck about you. Just accept it. Accept it. Okay? So, not even AMC community. Oh, yeah. We're doing it for the movement. We're going to take down the hedgies. But you know what? The next time that shit, if it spikes to 25, maybe even, it's every man for themselves. And I've said this, right? I've said this a long time ago. It's every man for himself, right? You're going to go ahead and listen to some fucking dickhead who's got like some band mottos sending out letters to Zern saying, hey, we have proof. What the fuck are you talking about, man? What proof? The only proof I have is the goddamn chart. Okay? Let's go ahead and then do this. Let's get into the lesson here. Yeah, bam, talking about vibrations. This is fuck vibrations. Like, what? Okay. Anyways, let's do this. So we're going to go on a 5-minute. I'm going to do something fun. And this is something I want you guys to do. Right? Do it over the weekend. Right? I want you to do it over the weekend. And it's really going to change the game for you, okay? This is what I want you to do now. We're gonna go ahead. Well, that's what we have to do. Let's see here. Let's remove. How do we hide this? Let's remove the price action. Now, how do I hide that price action? Is it here? Let's see. I'm trying to hide price action here. Right, this is where I need hot potato. Hey, bro, how do I get rid of this price action here? It used to be you could hide this from, there you go, hide. Ha, there you go. And this is what I want you to do. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead and change this. We're going to change this to, let's change it to SPY, right? And this is what I want you to do, okay? I want you solely on these indicators. This is your homework assignment. I want you to solely on these indicators be able to mark, right, based on what you see here, if price action is coming down, right, if it's going up, and I want you to do it solely based on the indicators and what we're seeing, okay? Just based on what we're seeing here, right? This is what I want you to do. And the reason why I want you guys to do this, and we're actually going to prove a point, in how much psychology is a mental game, okay? When you begin to subscribe to the strategy, when you begin to understand your indicators, when you begin, right, to say, I'm going to trust the indicators, I'm going to trust momentum, right? I want you to start doing it this way. Okay? And I'm going to show you why. Let's do it. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and say on this part of the indication, it is trending down, right? We have an alignment here, right? Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and just pretty much draw a line right on top of it. It's going to point right there. This is a point where it separates. Then I'm going to say somewhere at this point, right? Somewhere at this point, it started moving up. And then we have another point right here. We're going to go ahead and draw a line at or about right there. Right? We're essentially separating it, right? I'm sorry if my illustration's shitty, right? But the object of this game is create separators on the shift of momentum. Okay? So let's see if we have, based on the indicators, okay? All right, I'll use Alt-V. Chill out. Okay, 1 second. Thank you, Morrow. Right, so we're going to do Alt-V. We're going to do Alt-V right there. Wait, hold on. Alt-V right here. So we got our separations here. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and turn on. Right? We're going to turn this on. Actually, it's not scaling right here. Let's see. Let's get it to log. Right? Based on the indicators, we were able to see price action just based on the indicators. We nailed it. We nailed it. Did we not? We sure as hell did. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete all this, and I want you guys to do this. I want you to trade phantoms. I want you to trade phantoms. Now, why am I having you do this? Because how many of you guys have ever, seen a paragraph of something, scrambled letters, but you're still able to read through it and, get context of what it actually says? You guys ever done that? Let's get some thumbs up on that. Have you guys ever done that? Gain some context as to what it says, even though the letters are scrambled. Yes, right? Your brain is operating in a certain way, right? Are you sitting there, going word for word, Z sure shall right? You're not doing that. Your brain is able, yes, first and last letter. Your brain is able to encapsulate. Now, what if the indicators look different in different time frames? That's why you're going to practice. And that's why we're going to have an evolution of these type of practices for master, okay? My job is to take you guys to the next level and remove all the noise, okay? Now, let's go back. This is what's happening to a lot of traders. You're trading candle for candle. You're not trading the trend. And this is why a lot of you are getting fucked. Capital F, fucked. right? Let's spell that P-H-U-K. Still says fuck, and you understand what I'm saying. You're fucked. Because you're trading candle for candle. Okay? Nick, do that. That's what I had Diana and Hot Potato do. That's what I had him do. So, you now understand that when you are paying too close attention to the candle, you are trying to like discern the word that's scrambled in the middle instead of focusing on what's really happening. And then when we go ahead and expand on the information that was given to you by the indicator, we're then able to construct even stronger trade theses. We construct a stronger trade thesis because you're like, yeah, it came down and then it bounced up and then it died. And then in this trade, you're like, oh, I see where it bounced. There was a level. There goes the 200 EMA. Oh, it broke the 24. That's why he's bullish. Oh, RSI broke 50 and it's moving average. Oh, that's why he's bullish. Why did it reverse? Oh, right here, boys and girls. Right here. The high gap didn't convince me enough that that was a strong enough trend. And that's why I was able, without looking at the chart and without looking at price action, I was able to see like, oh, this thing was dying. And also the RSI helped me a lot. So when you guys are trading, remove the noise. Okay? Remove the noise and trust the system. If you're going to trade anxiously, you're going to trade the candle. It's not going to work out for you. The sooner you subscribe to the system and the teachings, the sooner that you will become profitable and you will realize more than 0.5%. I know, I do. I print at will. Does that make me a better trader than you? No. No. I've just been in this game so long to know that I don't know shit about the market. And I just have to be able to trust what it's telling me objectively. Okay? This is game changing. To whomever you can share this video with, I encourage you all to share it. Hey, let's do a viral challenge. But I'm removing all the BS, all the nonsense, and I'm putting you guys in a position to fucking win. It is up to you to decide if that is something you want to do or not. The choice is always going to be yours. It's always going to be yours. I don't care if it's BBIG, AMC, Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't care, right? You know, it's like people make you feel like you don't have a choice. You have to support a community. You got to hold to the moon. And that herd mentality, you know what that does? It makes people like me go ahead and say, thank you for that exit liquidity. Thank you for making me filthy fucking rich. Thank you. But see, here's the thing. I'm not sitting here just flickering the extra skin on the tip of my dick. I'm sitting here teaching you guys that you, in fact, can do the same thing. Okay? I'm signing out. We're done here, boys and girls. I love you all. Happy Friday. Trade safe. Have an awesome weekend, all of you. Peace.